say. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey, welcome everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you're joining us from. Looks like a lot of my guests chickened out on me, man. I need some people on here today. I sent out the links. If anybody wants to join us, come on in and I'll punch you in. This is the panel that we have every Tuesday. It's open discussion. There's no set subject, whatever you want to talk about. You got any questions? What's your connection to the Philippines? Have you ever been here? Do you live here now? Hey, Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience said, good morning all. Hey, Calvin, I had to shout you out in my latest video. This man has looked out for me and I wanted to return the kindness. Keep it nitty and gritty. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. But you know, when you help other people, you help yourself, Pumpkin Joe. You know that. I don't see the NTZ is on her. I see Bobby G. I see Ingram Davis. I want to thank y'all for everything y'all do to make this a safe and respectable live stream. Now, I do have Red Horse Adventures. Are you on here? Hello?
Mayan Buntag.
Hey, Mayan Buntag.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. We can hear you. Now, are you in America or are you in the Philippines?
I'm in the States. I'm in Tennessee, actually.
Oh, okay. What part?
Just outside of Nashville.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I see we got Buck on here. Yeah, just outside. I think John was living in that area right before he came to the Philippines.
Maybe it's the last stop before you grab that flight.
Yeah. Have you been here before?
Yeah. I've been out there about 5 times.
Okay, now you told me you married to a Filipina.
Married to a beautiful Filipina. Quick summation. I've been divorced. I got beat up in child support. One child was half brainwashed from an angry ex-wife. And, I just started to see, okay, it's time for me to live a little bit for myself. My kids have flown the coop. I paid all my obligations. I've done all that kind of stuff. What's here for me? And the more I kept looking at it and I kept saying, not enough. And then you go on these nearby sites, and you go checking out and see what's in your age bracket. And you go, are you kidding me? You got a bunch of angry women out there looking for a new victim. I said, no, we're going to do something different. We're going to look into some people that don't have this mentality. And once I caught on to the whole culture of the Philippines and thankful to those vloggers that shared their experiences along the way, it's a no-brainer. Found my wife. I went to visit her in Manila. She was actually shy to meet me because I thought for her convenience I would get a hotel that wasn't far from where she was working. She was afraid I would get the wrong message that I was coming and I was going to a hotel and she was going to meet me there. So she was actually reluctant, which is a great sign. We went on to have a very clean weekend together, got to know one another, and it just blossomed from there to the point now where we are married and we do have a little 2-year-old, year and a half old.
Oh, okay. Well, good. I see we've got Seth's Travel Vlogs on here. I see a lot of y'all. They don't want to show us their picture. I know you told me that you were having trouble with your... Okay, that's Seth. Good.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Seth, to everybody and let us know a little bit about your situation.
Hello, I'm Sass. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Hello, I'm Ces. I'm living in the other side of the Negros Island, Darwin. And 28. What else?
Well,
Take.
so yeah, are you originally
And good
from?
morning, everyone there in the chats.
Are you originally from Dumagetti?
No, I'm in Darwin, living
Darwin.
in Darwin. I go to Dumaguete for grocery only and
Right. I
shopping.
mean, are you originally from that area?
No, Gihongan. I was born in Gihongan.
Oh, okay. Now, are you married or you got a living partner?
No, I'm not married.
Okay, so
But you
you
have a
got a
living
living.
boyfriend or something, right?
Now,
I am.
tell us about your channel. What kind of stuff you be talking about, Seth?
My channel is supposedly about travel because we are traveler, but we stopped traveling because of the pandemic. So what I'm doing there is doing live streaming, not every day, talking some topics there, or sometimes it's open talks or discussion. And then, yeah, it's like 6 in the morning, sometimes 3 hours, or sometimes 2 hours only. Yeah, and right
Oh,
now we're stuck here in Darwin.
do you have any guests ever on your channel? Any female guests that maybe the guys would like to come over there and check out your channel? Because I try to help other channels like they help me.
Oh yeah, I'm planning to that. But the last time I have Darren in my panel and other foreigner from Tennessee, and some one Filipina from Cebu. But it's not really interview. It's just having fun on the live stream.
Oh, okay. Is Arvel? Are you on here, Arvel?
Yeah, can you
What's
hear me?
that? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
I can't. Didn't realize I just got this computer about a week ago, and so right before I left, and so I didn't even realize I don't have a webcam on it, and I was trying to rig up my phone as a webcam with it, and it just didn't work out like I was hoping, and I didn't want to be on speaker, and you know what I
Uh,
mean.
yeah. Well, give us your connection to the Philippines, Arvel, and a little bit of background.
So I've actually my first time in the Philippines was back in the 80s when I was in the Marine Corps. We did a flyaway, came in and did a couple things around some of the Navy ammo supply areas. And it was just kind of like a drill. It was what we called an air alert drill. Then the next time was 95, 96. I came here part of an Enron power plant project working out of Batangas. And we were literally moving a power plant, a diesel power plant from Colorado Springs, Colorado, to Batangas, and that was the Floor Star project. They shut that project not too long ago, and then when I started coming back recently was right after my breakup, and I needed to get my head right, and so I saw an opportunity to come out to. I can't remember right now. We had talked about this before, but I actually went into a fishing village that had been decimated by one of the typhoons, and working with the Rotary Club, and then I met my. That's how I met my wife. She was just one of
Oh,
the aid
wow.
workers there. Yeah, and I couldn't have been more blessed to have met her, and you know, it just everything just clicked after that. And so I came back a couple more times, did a couple other things around Manila with some of the homeless people that are kind of living out of a lot of these mausoleums and crypts. You know, the family crypts. You know,
Right.
I can't. I'm working. I was working with a gentleman who's actually an actor. I'm trying to remember his name, and I spent a week there. What I'll do is I'll come do like a week of community service, and then then the next week I'll do vacation. And it just like I just hit it off so well with my wife Cheryl Chick. I mean, it just got it got real thick. You know, we just got thick as thieves, as you know. Kept on talking, and by the second year we got married. I came back stateside, came back last year. She got pregnant or end of last year in December. And it was real funny because I just lost my job, and my father's asking me, "You're working so hard to get your woman over here. You get your ass over there." He goes, "Go be with your wife. What are you doing over here?" And he was right. He goes,
Oh,
so that's how things have kind of worked out for me. And now I'm here, and I'm trying to make something permanent now.
yeah. So you just arrived back in the Philippines, right?
I just got back. Today should be. I get I get the results back from my RT-PCR, and tomorrow I should be at home doing the last 4 days of quarantine. So
Okay. So you're living up in Luzon.
yeah, Central Luzon, in Bulacan, San Jose
Okay.
del Monte. Yeah.
Well, thank you, TJ, for that super chat. He said, "Shot your follow-up message." I just sent you the link, TJ. I forgot you sent me that in Patreon, not in my email. I want to get y'all's view on something that I was talking about today on my video. I kind of flipped the script on this
And here I am.
age gap dating, and I said, would you allow your 18, 19, 20-year-old daughter to date one of us? And that's always a topic of contention with foreigners, especially Americans, because we know we won't tolerate it. But the same men will come over here and date young women. So what's going on with that, guys? Let me see what you think about that, TJ.
All right.
I mean, for me, I think I may be in the exception just in that I probably skew on the younger side of the viewership. I'm 32, and
Oh,
that's
wow.
actually
Yeah. You're 32, hell.
that's an excellent question because my girlfriend is 19. But I've been in the live chat enough to know I definitely would consider letting her date someone older. None of y'all specifically, because
Yeah.
I've seen what y'all put in the chat. But as far as the age goes, at the end of the day, at 18, 19, in the eyes of the U.S. government, that's an adult. I can only do so much. If that's what she's into, that's what she's into.
Yeah. And that's kind of, I forgot you're so young, TJ. I didn't know you were that young. You're 32, hell. What about you, Seth Travel Vlogs? I know that. What's the age gap with you and your boyfriend, if you don't mind saying?
Oh, I think 30 years.
How old is he?
No, he's 66.
66. So what? You're 36? You're not 36.
No, I'm 28. Maybe
Oh,
almost
okay, yeah.
40.
All right, yeah. So it's a 38-year gap. Hey, so what kind of do y'all have any problems? Do y'all seem that y'all compatible? How long have y'all been together?
For me, I think we're compatible. We don't have problem, and we're living together almost 4 years by January, and I mean 24 hours living together. So it's not like
Yeah,
long distance. And we met in person here in Dumaguete, and last 2017.
yeah. Now, does
And
he have
then,
any? Does he have any
huh?
children?
What's that?
Does he have any children?
Yeah, he has 2 children, but it's already grown up.
Yeah. Have you ever asked him would he allow a 66-year-old man to date his 28-year-old daughter? And I mean, because see, a lot of us, we want to sugarcoat it. We'll come online and we'll give this, sanitized answer when really, I'm going to be honest with you, I wouldn't tolerate it. Now, and that's why I was able to, when I first came over here, I met her. She said she was 22. I was 46. Turned out she was 18. I cut it off. I've got some standards, man. I'm not a dog 100% because I knew in my heart of hearts if a 46-year-old man came knocking on my door looking for my daughter, it's gonna be trouble, man. That's just the bottom line. What about you, Red Horse Adventures? What do you think? Hello?
Well, you get to call me on the map. 27 years between myself and hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, just sure. Okay, so in my case, there's 27-year gap between myself and my wife. I'm 52, she's 25. My daughter, my oldest daughter, is actually 5 months younger than my wife.
Okay.
So I put it like this: the view of if my daughter was comfortable in a relationship with somebody that's going to be older, and I feel like his intentions are right, I could accept it. If I felt like he was some of the people in the chat, I might have to do a background check. But
Yeah,
overall,
see,
I think
that's
if her
that's who
happiness
it is.
was
That's who
with
it
somebody
is.
that was older, that's her choice.
Yeah, but see, that's who it is. It's going to be us knocking on your door, not some,
With somebody in the chat.
not somebody perfect. I mean, I'm sure that if we could pick the mate for our daughters, hell, we pick the perfect guy. But I'm saying, if it's going to be one of us, you know what's in our mind, you know what we want. We don't. A lot of us don't really have a whole lot. We're not perfect, and initially, there's not a whole lot of good intentions. I wouldn't want my daughter fooling with none of y'all. I'm just being honest. Period.
Especially the
Right.
MTZ.
It's just being honest, man. But at the same time, I'm not a hypocrite. My girlfriend's 39 now. She was 36 when I met her.
Well,
Because,
and on the
yeah, go ahead. Who is that?
I think Red Horse got out.
We lost
back
him.
end of him, but
Because,
I also think
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Red Horse. We can hear you. Okay, Arvo, what's your situation?
So our age difference is 20 years. And asking me, so my daughter's 32 and my wife is 38 years old. I'll be 58 in November. She'll be 38 in December. And my daughter's 32. Okay. So here's the thing. You put it, dating one of us. What does that mean? Okay. Would I approve of my daughter dating one of my buddies? It depends, because I got a lot of social circles and some of them are very, really righteous guys,
Yeah.
and you see what I'm saying? And so it's like, do I want my wife with a vet that I know has suicidal tendencies, let's say has some drug issues and some other things, and then looking at, well, what has she dated in the past? It's been the land of misfit toys. So, the bottom line is I'd have to ask her, are you happy?
Yeah. But I'm saying,
because,
of course she's going to be happy, but we're saying, okay, because when we come over here, the Filipinos' parents, they don't know us from Adam. They don't know if we're on drugs. They don't know if we have suicidal tendencies. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Of course, we're going to give these sanitized answers, man. My channel is about the nitty-gritty. Don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Look, your daughter's 32 now. We're talking about when she was 22 or 21. If an old scraggled guy like me, 46, come knocking on the door, I got my music bumping, I've got the big wheels on my car, I just put out a joint in my ashtray, just took down a big swig of Jack Daniels. I was like, yeah, where's Maria? come on out here, and I'm blowing my horn on you, because that's how most of us come over here. Would you accept that, man? I don't
Oh
think
hell
you
no.
To
Hell
my
no.
house,
And even here's a better one. It was I saw this
not to my house.
situation in
No.
Houston with a lot of Vietnamese young ladies where literally older men in their 50s, 60s would come knocking on the door wanting to buy the girl outright.
Wow.
I mean, that was pretty damn bold, you know. And think about, Calvin, you're from, you lived out in Baytown, you know.
Yeah.
This is like 20, 30 years ago when I'd hear this kind of crap. And I'm like, are you serious? He did what? You know? And so you know, the shock value for me isn't what it used to be. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. But we're just talking
Well, here's
about
my thing, though.
Yeah,
our own
but seriously, no, hell no.
our own blood,
Not in
sweat, and tears.
1920. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
With
a
my younger
lifestyle
daughter,
parallel too.
yeah.
You know
And,
what I
and
mean?
I got to think now, my stepdaughters she's 17, and I have to
Right.
be very concerned. And I'm looking out for her and just watching them little boys. And because I see
I'm bumping up.
all these kids, I see all these kids in high school out here, not even 15, 60-year-old. They got 2, 3 kids. And I'm like, how the hell did this happen? You know,
Yeah.
and they're great parents. They're great kids.
Well, you know, that's a problem worldwide. That teenage. My daughter had a baby at 15, and I had no idea that she was even had a boyfriend. She was sneaking out of the basement, sneaking out. We had a walkout basement, and she was sneaking out when me and my wife would go to bed. She'd sneak out at night. My little daughter told on her. At that time, my little daughter was 6, and said, "Daddy, you know, Pooh Butt." I said, "Where's Pooh Butt?" You know, when it's time, I get up early to wake him up for school. And she's over Roderick's house, you know. And I was pissed off, you know, about it. But yeah, but is that a double standard? What you're talking about, Orville? You're looking after her now. You're looking after her, making sure she don't get, you know, involved with the wrong guys.
Right.
But any of us, it could be the wrong guy when we get over here. Thanks, Brazilero Shelton, for that super chat. He said, hello, everyone. Hey there, Cali Cal. Good to see you doing this. Thank you. Now, what was you saying, TJ?
Oh yeah, I was saying it's a lifestyle parallel though too, because it's not like in the States, you know, the same dude you're talking about. If we're talking equivalents, you know, he pulls up, he puts the blunt out or whatever it is, but he's making, you know, 750 racks a year. He's making $1 million a year. He can afford, you know, to provide my hypothetical daughter with a lifestyle that I'm not able to. Then, you know, again, it's about respecting her rights, and ultimately you want your kids to live a better life than you. So if
Right.
you know, we gotta look at those parallels too, because it's not like, you know, somebody coming through making 40,000, you know, a year in their pension and coming to the States and being like, yo, let me get your daughter. It's more like, you know, somebody that has the ability to pull her an entire social class or 3 up. And you know, at that point, you gotta weigh your options, and you gotta, you know, let her do her.
Okay, yeah, thanks for that. I guess we're getting too sanitized on that subject. I'd like to get somebody on here that's really going to tell it how it is. So we'll go to something else. Tell us your connection to the Philippines, TJ. Why you're here and how long you've been coming to the Philippines.
Yeah. Well, I've been coming to the Philippines on and off since 2015. I work primarily in support. I'm a support. Well, now I'm a regional support lead for a tech company back in California, and we do a lot of distributed support, which is to say, like call centers and stuff. So my specialization is mostly, you know, hiring, training, and management of, you know, call center agents. So I've been coming here for, yeah, a little over half a decade. And yeah, you know, don't get me wrong. A little butt is not the worst thing in the world as far as the benefits of being here. But at the end of the day, I am more or less here just for work. It's just, you know, there are some very positive benefits to being in the Philippines for work. But, you know, if the job took me elsewhere, I'm going to go elsewhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks for that. Does anybody got any questions for any of the people, especially like Cess? She's over here, guys. Y'all want information straight from the horse's mouth. That's why I'm glad she's on here today. You're not getting it from me. I'm an expat. She's born and raised in the Philippines. She's a Filipina. Um, y'all got any questions for her? The prodigy says, I hear you've been hard getting on here myself, but you're going to have to retire that name and pass it on to me, Brasilero Shelton, because believe it or not, I've since moved to Brazil also. He's in Brazil. But yeah, what did your family think, Sess, when you first, so that would have made you 24 when you met your boyfriend and he was 62. Did they have a problem with that? I mean, you know, just kind of be honest. You know, what did you think going around your friends and everybody like that? Did you feel funny dating a man so much older than you?
My family doesn't have a problem with it because they like me to have a foreigner boyfriend. And of course, it's not my intention before to date a foreigner because I don't know, I don't have sparks to you guys. But anyway, after my college life, I don't know, maybe my um, the way I look a foreigner, it's kind of changed. So that's why I said, why not trying? Because of course I have my Filipino boyfriend for a long time, like 6 years, but it doesn't work out. So I said maybe that's the last time that I'm gonna have a Filipino boyfriend. So I said, why not foreigner? Maybe that's a good or my destiny or something. So anyway, yeah, I'm glad and happy to meet him. But before, of course, I have a foreigner boyfriend, but it's not an American. It's a French guy. It's a retired military. So anyway,
Okay.
it doesn't work out as well because he's arrogant and you know he's commanding me like I'm not his girlfriend like that. So I don't like it. So we broke up, and yeah, I found my boyfriend right now. Way back then, so he is a retired sea captain in Alaska for 40 years.
Okay. But I mean, okay, by you being so young when you met him, and
24,
you're
yeah.
going and you're in the mall and everything, he's 62. You know,
No, I
because
didn't meet
you were
him in
being,
the mall. Not in the
yeah, I
mall.
mean,
It's in beside the church.
no, I don't mean where you met him. I mean,
Okay.
when you're walking with him, you're holding his hand, and you're going to the mall, you're at the beach, Baraka, or wherever it is. In the beginning, you didn't feel strange about that because I talked to a lot of
Mm,
Filipinos, my girlfriend especially, and she
mm.
said it's cringy that she would never do that. She don't want anybody super old. That she's, you know, it matters to her.
For me, no. My experience is and my feeling is I'm so proud being with him. You know, walking around holding hands because when you look at him, he's not that old. He's like a kind of late bloomer. Even my family, when I bring him in my place, they said he's like 40s, and I said, really? Yeah, he looks younger than his age. So
Oh,
and
okay.
he's tall. I like tall guy. He is 6'3". So
Wow.
yeah. Yeah, I never feel embarrassed. I'm always proud every time we go out.
That's
Well,
wild
that's
because sometimes I feel pressed, like, and I don't really date like a huge gap. Like, this is 13 years, so this is probably the furthest in age gap I've ever gone. And I mean, we're for the most part good, but a lot of times just from the strength of being a foreigner and somewhere that's not Manila or Cebu, you know, you end up getting a lot of looks and stuff in the mall. And it's rough sometimes, yo. It's like I'm just, you know, I'd love to keep my head down and be one of the couples just passing through with no mind being paid to them, but you know, that kind of comes with, I think, just being a foreigner out here in general.
Yeah. Levon White, thanks for that super chat. He said, Calvin, once a foreigner goes young, he's sprung. Once a Filipino goes old, she strikes gold. It's a perfect match. But I guess, I'm just trying to, hear from Seth because she's boots on the ground, really. She's about as boots on the ground as you're going to get. Jay said, Seth, this is to you. He said, what is the secret to get more Filipino ladies to have more interest in foreigners?
What's that question again? What is?
He says, what is the secret
So,
to
what
get
is the
more
secret?
Filipino ladies to have more interest in foreigners?
Um,
To
you
get
don't
them
have to have
interested
the
in you.
secret. For me, no secret. You just have to be yourself, and you don't have to show us like you're super rich, like kind of telling us how rich you are. Because for me, I will be discouraged with that. And you don't have to buy love like other foreigners showing their how rich they are, so that the Filipino will accept their relationship or become their boyfriend. For me, it's not like that because. Um, it's just it's difficult to be with a person, or it's difficult to find the right person that is compatible with you, because what is you're with a person and you don't have feeling. It's for me, it's useless. And living together and then you don't like the person, I don't understand that. So
How
yeah.
long does the Filipina fall in love right away? How long does it take?
No,
You didn't fall in love with your boyfriend right away.
no.
How long does it take? Typically.
1 year and a half that I realized that I it's not like anymore. It's like I love him because I was living with him for 1 year and a half, 24 hours, and like turns into love. Sometimes you
Yeah.
don't even notice it, but you're in love with him.
And thanks, Freddie Sanders, for that super sticker. So, for guys who fall in love online and fall in love with the Filipino immediately, what can you tell them? What do you want to warn them about that? Are they moving too fast? Because we foreigners, I know your culture over here as far as the dating, the courting, and all of that, but we don't do that. We come right over here. We want to move you in right away. Do we move too fast? Is that intimidating to Filipinos?
For me, in my opinion, no, because I understand that a foreigner, it's no more into courtship like a Filipino, like one my ex boyfriend, like he has to court me. In my situation, no. It's just like right now, like he said to me, "I like you," and I said, "Oh my God, how did you like me?" Something like that, and then we become friends, and yeah, we decided to move in together. And for me, it's not what do you call that? It's not what is that? I don't know the exact English for the the word that I said. I'm not innocent anymore like other Filipina that
Right.
doesn't know about that courtship thing or whatever.
Yeah.
For me, it's an old style. We're in the we are in our generation right now that we're using high technology, so no more courtship for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Bill Smith, thanks for that super chat. He says, Western women, they flock after professional athletes. He said, women overseas or in the Philippines, they flock after the highest value male. He said it's no different. He said, this is an old story, but see, we're not talking about that. We're talking about, is it okay for your daughter, Bill Smith, to date a much older man that you don't know anything about, that you don't know his intentions? Okay, the same age as you, and he comes over to date your 20-year-old or 21-year-old daughter. See, man, I grew up in America. I know it's not acceptable, man. It's frowned upon. But you guys, man, y'all so sanitized today for some reason. You know good and damn well if I showed up, I'm a black man. I show up at your house, Orville Hedrick. I'm 46 years old, a 19-year-old daughter. You're gonna have a problem with it. But over
Yeah.
here, they're not supposed to have a problem with it. We're just supposed to just say, well, look, I'm a foreigner. I can give your daughter a better life. Man, that don't fly, man, for real. You know, it's
Well, we're supposed to,
tolerated over here, but it's not accepted. Tolerated just means, you know, they let it happen. Okay, but they don't interfere, but they don't agree with it for real over here, man. You don't see that often. You don't see older Filipino men with younger Filipino women. You very seldom see
No,
that.
not common.
I can't agree with that. I can't agree, and here's why. Maybe it's just because of the circles I run around in, but I've seen a lot of older Filipino men with younger.
Yeah, but you got to
girls.
realize, look at the circles you running in, Arvel. These aren't regular
Yeah.
circles. Okay,
Yeah, that's true.
these guys
I,
got money.
I have to
These guys
acknowledge
got
that.
money. These guys
They got money. They're
see?
they're men of power. Yeah,
That's right. That's what I was
they
getting
got
ready to
Jews.
say. That was
Yeah,
getting ready to
they're
say
running a
that.
Jew.
You
So-
see it if they're a celebrity. Look at Vic Soto, all of them.
Mhm.
They got these younger women, but you don't see the masses. I don't see it on my street around here. I don't see it. You better have some money, some power, some prestige, or it ain't gonna happen. But that's what we're talking about, guys. And hey, Brasilero Shelton, thanks for the super chat. Say, hey, Cali Cal, you come over trying to spit to my baby girl. I've got that Smith and Wesson for you, brother. Yeah. See, you're just being honest. But we never even give that a second thought because we think it's okay over here. You better be careful over here fooling with people's daughters, man. You better make sure you treat them right. And, you know, I'm not preaching morality, guys. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, but we come over here like we can just do whatever we want to do. We can date anybody we want to date, and we don't have nobody to, you know, we're not accountable to anybody. That's all.
I mean,
but can't we just run Cal if we want?
What'd you say?
I said, can't we just run around if we want to, though, right?
Yeah, if that's what you want to do, it's probably what you. It's
All right,
probably
look,
what
Cal-
the best thing to do. But how do you do? How do you, Buck?
I'm 48.
You got any daughters?
No daughters, only a son. My son's 21.
Okay.
Now, if he tried to date an older woman, I mean, if my son tried to date an older woman, I would have a problem with it.
No, that's a different story, and you know.
Why is it different? Why is it different? Why?
Because it's just society. You know, when a young woman and an older man, they always look at the older man like you taking advantage of the young girl. But your son, it's like he's a baller if he's got an older woman.
Older women love young men. They
I
love
know that, but it's a different story. Gerald Formore's got a question for you, Seth. He says, why do Filipinos date older men?
Oh, that's a hard question. Even myself, I don't know why. But I don't know, I attract to older men. Maybe because it's more mature than the young foreigner, as what of my based on my experience. Because other also here the younger, they will not stay in the Philippines. They have to go back to their own country because they have work there. But if you go with a foreigner who has retired already, then they can stay here in the Philippines longer. And that's what we want usually. Because for me, I don't like long distance relationship.
Yeah, see that's the nitty gritty right there. That's what I want from you. See, to tell the truth like that, and guys will understand that. They don't like long distance relationships no more than we do.
Yeah, no.
You know,
And mostly everybody say it's about money. No, I don't think so. Even you can ask my boyfriend. I survived without him before. So maybe it's just he's my
Wow.
destiny, you know?
wow.
I survived him. I was a working student. I finished my college by my own without him. So I dated him after 2 years with my I graduated last 2016 or 2015, yeah. So I met him 2 years after.
Yeah, see, you're bearing witness to everything I be saying on my vlogs. You know, like, guys, these women survived long before they met you. But we
Yeah.
want to come in as a knight in shining armor. And see,
That's why I disagree.
Yeah, see, I did a video about that. Like when you said you don't want a man throwing his money at you and all of that stuff, I said exactly the same thing because that's been my experience over here. Now here come Cal Devin with this sanitized foolishness. Says, do you drive and how long did it take you to learn?
Yes, I do drive. We have a Sportage car, Kia, and I was last 2019. That's where I started to learn how to drive. And I usually drive here only, not in the other island because it was locked down, so we cannot travel. But anyway, yeah, I am confident to drive. Only automatic, not manual, if that's what he's asking.
Oh, okay. Hey, Jason Flint, thanks for that super chat. He says, Calvin, if you showed up at my house to date my 19-year-old daughter, after this cussing out, the door gonna close, and y'all ain't going on no date. And if you got lip, this 9mm might have to meet you. You're just being honest, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what it would be with me. Luckily, my daughters, they always dated guys their same age. And I didn't have to worry about that. I mean, I didn't even approve of them guys, but they were the same age. If one of you guys show up, hell, Timothy Bright, thanks for that super chat. He said, hello, everyone. Guns don't kill people. Daddies with daughters kill people. In America, you know. Daryl Fulmore, thanks for that super chat, brother. One more question, because you're on the hot seat, Seth, today, as a matter of fact. How old were you when you found out that Filipinas were dating foreigners, that was an option for you? I always ask this question to Filipinos. How old were you when you heard, oh, well, wow, you know, she's dating a foreigner. Maybe I can date a foreigner and, you know, have a better life or whatever it was. How old were you when you found out that was going on?
Can you repeat again? Because I am...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Maybe
I'm speaking fast. How old were you when you found out that Filipinos were dating foreigners? You know, and you know, for a step up, for a better life. Some of them to get a piece. How old were you?
Yeah, they always... Okay, in my observation or in my what do you call that, experience, I thought before that all the foreigners are rich, you know, have lots of money, but that's not true, you know, because some foreigners came here because they can't survive there in US or other countries where they belong, and then that's why they came here, because they're just relying on their, what do you call that, SS, shall I say. And then some also foreigners generalizing that, you know, our Filipino are easy, you know, our Filipino is after their money, which is untrue. You know, you cannot generalize everybody because not all Filipino are like that, and I can prove you that. But of course, other Filipino.
How old were you? How old were you when you found out that Filipinos were dating foreigners? You know, for whatever reason.
I'm young. I am still a child. My mother told me that hey, maybe when you become a, you know, teenager or adult, maybe better to date a foreigner. And then I saw that in my neighbor, and I said, no, I don't like foreigners, something like that, because I'm still a kid. And I don't have any idea about that.
If you made vlogs like this, you would be just as big as Filipino P. But when y'all get on behind the camera, y'all don't say stuff like this. I mean, that's powerful. That's a powerful statement you made.
Yeah.
That I never heard a Filipino say. That your mother encouraged you when you were little.
Yeah.
A foreigner. See that? You know.
And I said no. I have to choose. So, I will be the one to choose, not my family.
I said no.
Okay, Calvin.
Okay.
Let me dip into this one.
Okay, go ahead. Is this Arvo or Red Horse?
Yeah, this is Arvo. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, my wife, she grew up in Pangasinan around Subic Bay. She had an uncle who owned a casino out there, and so they would work at this casino resort. And so, from a very young age, she knew about, foreigners and, dating, Filipinas. Now within her family, her dad, her uncle, they're all engineers. And it was pretty much frowned upon. And they said, let's get real. What they said to her is, look at who they're dating. And she said, what do you mean? She goes, look at who they're dating. They're dating morenas. They're dating the maids. They're dating the ugliest women here.
Really?
And yes, this is what you have to understand her family. It's just the way they are. And are they like that? No, they're the most giving, generous people I know. But that was how it's perceived, that foreigners date the ugliest Filipinas out there. They date the help,
It's not ugly.
and it is how they perceive it. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Yeah. And I've heard the same thing of from people from Singapore, Malaysians, Indonesians, and even especially Taiwanese. If you have very dark skin, you belong out in the fields to tend the water buffalo and raise rice.
Right. Now you're getting into something that we always get into all the time. What difference does it make to a lot of us, Orville? We don't, we're not over here trying to catch the smartest woman, the richest woman. That doesn't mean a lot to a lot of us. We could get that at home if that sort of thing was important. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying
and I understand that. And here, I'm just giving you want to keep it real. I'm keeping it real.
That's
and
right.
And here's something that's funny is when they say a woman is exotic, to them it's an insult.
Right.
They're insulting the woman.
Yeah. But see, a lot of guys get in my live streams, they get in my comments, and they'll say stuff like, "Oh, well, you can't go over there and get a professional, college-educated woman." Well, why can't I? I've got one right here, but that doesn't mean anything. She still only earns 7,000 pesos a month. See, most of us like original Filipinas. We don't want the westernized woman. We call that the crispy. We want the original. We don't want the crispy. The minute you pull out that fork, it's a red flag to me. I want the ones that eat with their hands. I want the ones that eat the dried fish and the shrimp paste and all of that. Because I can get all that westernized stuff at home. And, to a lot of us, that's what attracts us to the Filipino. It's not this status thing. And
I think that depends on what you're here for, though. Because for me,
most of us don't have a status. Most of us don't have a status ourselves. Really?
Yeah. But
I'm
like I said,
girl with the fork, though.
Huh?
You can pass her this way. Pass old girl with the fork this way. I mean, for me,
but see,
I get where Calvin's coming from on that comment. I get it wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Because my girlfriend tells me all the time. See, I always say, my son's mother is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. But you know what she says? Well, y'all foreigners, y'all think that women over here are good looking, but to us, they're ugly. And I'm like, well, beauty's in the eyes of the beholder anyhow. I just don't like to get into this. I don't like to get into this, my girl's better than your girl stuff. It just don't work for me, man.
Everyone is unique.
Yeah, so each his own, really. But you bring up a great point. And it's something me and John talk about all the time, this class thing over here. It's serious.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is.
What's serious, Cal? What
this
is
class thing over here? See, like The engineer that's building my house, to me, he's just another man that I hired to build my house. But to my wife, my God, he's like a god. She's afraid to talk to him. She's afraid to ask him any questions. She's afraid to give him demands, even though he works for us. To me, he's just another man. Puts his pants on the way I do. But over here, it's different. If you're a lawyer, if you're a doctor, if you're an engineer, they put them up on a pedestal. And I'm like, you know.
At the end of the day, for me, it's is she bad or not? That's all I'm tripping off of. I don't really care if she eats shrimp paste or she eats with her elbows. Like, do I think she's fine? And can we have a conversation where I don't want to throw myself off the balcony? Because I've dated, like, again, my situation might be a little bit unique from the typical expat situation, in that I do run into, you know, a lot of lawyers, doctors, grad students. I've dated both sides of the spectrum. I've dated girls that barely made it out of high school. I've dated girls that are, you know, pursuing PhDs. And at the end of the day, it really is a vibe thing. I just think Filipinas, you know, you find ones that vibe with a foreigner, you're going to have a better time than one that's, you know, dating you for a come up. And there's definitely some of those out there. And trust me, it goes both ways. There are some girls where it's like, yeah, is she probably dating me for, you know, for status? Cool. Is she fine as fuck? Yeah. So, oh well. Like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I think it goes both ways. For me though, I'm not thinking exotic, not exotic. Is she hot or not? And maybe that's shallow, but
that is shallow.
It is what
That's
it
really
is.
shallow, man. That's very shallow. Very shallow. TJ.
But TJ, you're making the same point. You're making the same point I'm making. It doesn't really matter. You know, if you vibe with her, if you compliment each other, if you compatible, that's really what we're looking for. And a lot of times, we're regular Joes, guys. Most of us, we come over here, we vibe with a regular Filipina. We don't vibe with somebody way up in society because we're not like that. So people like Arvel, who's kind of way up there like that, really, man. You know, let's be honest. He's going to be, you know, attracted to somebody that's, you know, in his circles like that. His wife runs in those type of circles. With me, I'm just a regular guy. So when I come over here, I'm looking for regular women, really. Do I want them to look hot and look nice? Of course. Mm-hmm. But I don't care if they got a job or if they don't, if they graduated from college or if they haven't. Are we compatible? Can we get along? That's all I'm trying to find out, you know.
I want to get back to the previous subject, Cal. I want to know, how come y'all so protective over these girls? Because women are evil and just as manipulative as men, but how can y'all be so protective over these young girls just because they're young and they're your daughter? You protecting them like they innocent, though. Why are y'all doing that? Why do men do that? That's what I want to get back to, because y'all get on my nerves acting like my son is different from your daughter. Whenever you got 4 daughters, Cal, it's got to be an evil one in them 4. It's got to be one little evil one in there, just up to no good. I bet you it is. You might not know it, but it's one up. Why can you say that her dating me, you mad at me, whenever more than likely she trying to take advantage of me?
Yeah, but I didn't say I was mad at you. I said I don't want that. You know,
but they talking about running them off the porch with the shotgun.
But let's be honest. You know, society, it's not my rules. This isn't Sunshine Shoulders rules, Buck. Yeah. This is the way society's got it set up.
But we are society. We are society. And if we don't support.
Okay, well, let me tell you the difference. Because I have sons and daughters. The mother is always on the daughter's backs. She treats the daughters a whole lot better, a whole lot worse than the son. They're always babying the sons. See, so your son has, there ain't no hurt it. It's the truth. My son got away with murder, man. I mean, I could have kicked his butt so many times for stuff he did. His mother wouldn't let me do it, but let the daughters not do something simple like wash the dishes or clean the bedroom. I mean, she'll have a shitting hemorrhage, man. You know, I'm just being honest. That's society. Men gonna treat their daughters better. The mother gonna treat the son. Don't make me roll after of it. Thanks for that super chat. He said, just so happened, my Pina as a nurse and being an educated one does not change or make a quality person. The heart of the person is what's important. Absolutely. Now, Sess, you're not a Morena. You're the typical Filipino from what I'm seeing. And I see on your Facebook and your... So what did they say about you? You got a college education. You got a college education and you had a professional job before you met your husband.
True.
You just seem like a regular person to me.
Because I choose to be as I am. You know, I don't want to be like acting like super social, or they call it social climber. I don't like that. You know, I don't want to change anything from me. So, yeah.
Does some of your
I am
friends...
brown. I'm not white, I'm brown.
Yeah, but most of your friends, they don't date foreigners. What do they think about you?
They are.
No, I mean, you know, yeah, because you hang in that circle now. But I mean, if you go home to your province or wherever it is, you know, because it's not many that, you know, that...
You're always like, wow, you have a good life because you have foreigners, because they expect that foreigners have lots of money. And I try to explain to them that we have a little bit money, but we're not rich, you know. We have money to spend every day, but we're not like those foreigners, billionaires. They have millions of dollars, you know, that sort of stuff. So, yeah, and then they try to keep on asking money, but I explained to them that no, you don't have to keep on asking to me because I don't have lots of money here. And of course, I try to help them, but it's not. I don't want them to be dependent to me. So because they're not disabled, so I just told them that okay, I'll support you, but not always. You know, you have to work as well because I'm not rich here. There's no money here in Darwin that I can give every time you ask money to me. So yeah, I think you understand me.
Now looking at your vlogs and looking at your Facebook posts, you are rich compared to a lot of people here. You're very rich. You got a high standard of living. You got a high standard of living. You know, so that's why they're going to look at you like that. But thanks for the super chat, Brazilero Shelton. He says, bruh, he's talking to you, Buck. He said, you got to have daughters to understand. You don't understand because you don't have daughters.
No,
you got a son. And by the way, guys, I want y'all to notice, see, Buck, he's listening. Look at that picture behind him. It's on the wall now. Remember last week it was on the floor. I was messing with him. But anyway,
say, man, who is Liquor License? Tell Liquor License to get a clue. Say, man, I ain't got no relationship issues. Liquor License. I'm talking to Liquor License. I ain't got no relationship.
Okay. Let's see it. Now, we don't want to argue, guys. Remember, this is not what this show is about. We're just trying to help each other. Mike says, I love the Morena darker Filipinos. I would never understand why they use whitening cream when most foreigners want to date Morenas. Now,
we attract to white color.
Yeah, is it a difference? Like in, you know, I remember growing up, and even today, you got light-skinned blacks and you got dark-skinned blacks. And back in the day, see, my grandmother, because my great-grandfather was a white man. So my grandmother passed as a white woman to get jobs and stuff. So light-skinned blacks were seen more favorably in society than dark-skinned blacks. It's gotten a little better now, but is that how it is here in the Philippines, Seth?
If your color here is black, they always think that you're ugly. I get bullied many times in school because I'm brown, and they said I'm very ugly. So that's why before I said, okay, I'll buy whitening cream or maybe inject whatever. What I can't remember the name. Glutathione to make me white. But I just realized now that no, I love my brown skin, so I never use white cream anymore or whitening lotion. No. Yeah.
I mean, when you go to
Well, that's
Manila,
funny.
what do you see?
Well, Calvin, that's gonna be funny to us, Calvin, because growing up as black people in America, we had to learn to love ourselves a long time ago. So in their culture, I'm sure it's a little different for them.
Well, it's media representation too, though, because like I've lived in Manila. Like when you look at billboards, who do you see? You see mixed race Filipinos. You see, when you
Right.
look
Yeah,
at who wins Miss Universe, there's never been a full-blooded Filipino that's taken Miss Philippines and then gone on to take Miss Universe. Like when you look at TV and soap operas, you see light-skinned
let me.
Filipinos.
Yeah.
Yeah, but TJ Johnson, it was like that in America for the longest. We still had to learn to love ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? We had to learn to love ourselves. You know what I'm talking about? I
Correct.
think that's just a self-love thing because it was like that in America for years and years and years. You didn't see no black people on TV. You didn't see no black Miss Americas. You didn't see no black women winning no beauty pageants. You didn't see none of that, TJ Johnson. I know you too
There
young to
was
know
a
that.
lady here. There was a lady here in the Philippines, TJ, about, I guess it was about 6 years, maybe a little bit longer than that, because years go by so quick now. Her name was Venus, and she was going to win Miss Universe, and then they got to the damn question portion. She was way out ahead. She was going to win, and they asked her, and they asked her a question: is there anything that you did as a young girl that your parents that you look back on now that would make your parents ashamed? And she gave the craziest answer. Do you remember that answer, Sass? What was that answer that she gave?
I can't memorize, but I know her.
Yeah, she was going to win. She was a
Yeah,
dark skin,
supposedly. Yeah.
huh? But I
Yeah.
forgot what she said. Maybe, probably. She gave the stupidest answer, and she lost.
Yeah.
That would have been the first dark skinned Filipino because she looked when they did her story on MMK. They actually used a black woman to play the actress of this lady, TJ. That's how dark she was. But okay, don't make me roll after it. Says I remember my mama telling me to marry a woman with a light skinned woman so your babies won't be so dark. Is that right? My mother never told me that, but my mother's light skinned though. My mother's light skinned because her mother was half white. So but my father was black as a raisin. That's where I get my color from.
There's a lot of people color struck like that though, Cal. You know that.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is. But we're over in the Philippines. We're trying to figure this out. We're trying to ask those type of questions.
So here's something. I've said some things that kind of lit up the boards probably, but you have to understand that my stepdaughter, she's half the science. My wife is Japanese, and she has a lot of strong Japanese features. She's Japanese Filipino, and I tell you what, my stepdaughter, is gorgeous. Very dark skin, dark black long hair, and she's just plain gorgeous. And of course, she's using the whitening cream, and I just get upset. And I said, "What are you doing? You're just damaging your skin. Leave it alone."
There is a movement going on. It's a half black, half Filipino. She's got a popular YouTube channel that's stressing, there's nothing wrong with your color, Moreno power and all that stuff like that. And you see less Filipinos using that stuff. First of all, they can't afford it. That stuff's gotten expensive over here. That whitening cream and stuff. And when they do, it's that cheap stuff. So you get blotches on their face. Their elbows and knees are still brown, but the rest of their skin is white. It looks crazy to me. It's like, imagine seeing a black Chinese. That's how crazy it is when you go in the store and you see a white Filipino. To me, it looks crazy to me. But I'm American. I'm not Filipino. To them, it may be some type of class system or something, but there's a couple of them here in San Carlos. I mean, it's cringy. They're just too white. They don't realize that white people aren't even white. You know, they're white. This glutathione, it makes you white.
Hey, Cal, can Says hear me? And let's ask Says, what do Filipinas say about dating dark-skinned men, dark-skinned black men? What do they say about that? Can we ask her that?
She said they said that black people are ugly.
That's really? I didn't hear that part. When did she say that?
Yeah, she said dark-skinned Filipinos are considered ugly. That's
No,
why
I mean,
why she started using cream.
Yeah.
the dark
Nah,
skin
I'm talking
foreigner.
about girls in my shade range. Yeah, that's what
If
I'm
you're
talking
white,
about.
you always think you're beautiful, but if you're dark, you always think you're ugly.
Wow.
And I kind of hate that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
what you
true.
mean, Buck? It's the same thing all over the planet. You got to realize that Madam C.J. Walker made a fortune selling whitening creams to black people, and
Yeah.
and straightening combs and all that other crap.
Yeah, I know that.
Nothing new.
I know that. I understand.
It's nothing new. But then came, that movement in the 60s, say it loud, I'm black, I'm proud. They got a movement going on here in the Philippines. Where people are proud of their brown skin now.
Well, see, that's what
I'm
I was
surprised. Okay, me first. I'm surprised that the foreigners like brown or dark skin. When I met my boyfriend, like, why did you like our color? Mostly my classmates, my friends, they hate my color because I'm dark.
What?
And I got bullied. Yeah, I'm really surprised. And why the foreigners like that color? We like white. I mean,
They
we attract
bully
into
you?
white color.
They bullied you though? They bullied you because you're
Yeah.
dark?
Yeah, elementary and high school life.
Oh man. Mm.
But not in college because everyone is grown up. But in high school, elementary, oh my God, my classmates keeps on bullying because of my skin.
Now, TJ, let me ask you this, because you're down in the ground now, and I know for a fact, it just seems like to me, I lived for years in Mindanao. It just seems like there's more brown-skinned Filipinos down there than anywhere. What's
In
your take
Mindanao?
on it? Yeah, Mindanao.
Yeah, there's
Haven't
for
been.
sure. No, I'm in Mindanao is what he was saying. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there are a lot. And I don't really run into it. I mean, pandemic, I'm not exactly out in the world like I would be back up in Luzon, but yeah, no, you definitely see a lot more brown skinned girls out here. There's also, you gotta realize, there's a far stronger Muslim presence here than anywhere else in the Philippines, though. So I feel like
Yeah.
that's a little bit more normalized. There's not really a lot of strong colorism in Muslim society until you get to like the super rich like Gulf states like Dubai and whatever. So yeah, no, you see a lot of them. My girlfriend is probably on the Morena side of the brown paper bag test, and yeah, she gets actively stared at in malls, like even when I'm not around. Like, cats will be like, "Yo, you got a good one," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, for sure." But in Manila, that only happened when I was dating light skinned Filipinas. Like people believe, like people in my building would be like, "Oh wow, your girl's skin is so light," and there it is. Like, is she mixed, or like that's like a compliment there? And it doesn't, different islands, different reasonings. But I think
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
Mindanao
yeah.
is unique.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's what I tell guys. Okay, if you don't think you're getting any attention, any play, well, go to another island. It's vast and it's diverse here in the Philippines. I mean, there's no one Filipino. There's no one Philippines. There's so many places. Every place I've been, it's been different. They cook their food different. When I was in Ilo, they cook their adobo totally different than they cook it here. Totally different than they cook it in Zamboanga. It's foods in Zamboanga that Filipinos eat. They don't eat it. The
Hey,
language,
hey, if I can jump in on the color conversation, I was actually asked by a cab driver while I was in the Philippines with my then fiance in the car, and he said, "Sir, may I ask you a question?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Why is it that the foreigner like black Filipina?" I said, what do you mean block? He said, dark skin. And I looked at my fiance and I said, she's not black. She's kissed by the sun.
Yeah.
So,
and see,
Yeah.
we just won't, because that's the picture of Filipinos that we get. That's what we think that's normal. But over here, it's not normal, evidently.
Wow.
And
I do think it's a class thing. I think they look at it as a class thing. And I think that
absolutely.
whitening.
It's the same all over the world, though. It's the same all over the world. You got to realize something. Look it up. In Hollywood, 11%, only 11% of people of color got screen part, speaking screen part that was shown on the screen. Of all the movies that come out every year, only 11% of them are people of color. That's just how it is. The same way over here. It's the same way in a lot of places. You go to Manila, you go to Cebu, you see the big billboards. You're not going to see people like Seth on that. You're going to see people that have used this glutathione drip, and they're just scarily, they're just white, man. They're not even, white people aren't even white. White people are more, have got like a pinkish color to them, where you can see that, like but hell, they're white over here. Hey, TJ said, hit the like button. And Filipinos are exotic to us. Exotic means, beautiful means something unique. But over here, if you call somebody exotic, you call them ugly. J8 says the class status system runs Asia. Thanks for that super chat, by the way, Jay. AC King says, I never gave a damn about a woman's race or skin color or social standing. I always went on how attractive I was to her.
Gets more challenge.
Yes, sir. What'd you say, Red Horse?
Sorry about that. I think we had a
choppy.
Yeah,
Ooh, Red Horse got that Wi-Fi is just connected.
She's very. You said that
whole wire.
She gets a
Red Horse, you drink Red Horse? You love Red Horse?
But let me ask you, Seth, because you be posting some fancy stuff. Do you drink Red Horse? Do you drink Red Horse, Tanduay, and Petador? Because every time you post something, it's this fancy stuff.
No, I don't drink Red Horse and Tanduay. No, I drink only Chardonnay and margarita and some red wine. Yeah, but not always.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying,
Oh, hi.
He doesn't drink, only me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah, he's sober for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just me. These panel shows suck. Too many people with unintelligent comments. Bring back moonshine shoulders. Yeah.
Bro been salty all chat though. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that. You gotta go drink some tea and meditate, my guy. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Well, you can't please everybody. Timmy. Don't start a YouTube channel if you try to please everybody, because you're gonna be all over the place.
Intelligent.
I'm gonna get you, Timmy.
Yeah, just San
Miguel.
Yeah, that's the main drink over here now, San Miguel. Even my construction workers, they don't want Red Horse. They said, no, we don't want Red Horse. We want San Miguel.
I drink coconut wine.
Yeah.
Before tuba.
Let's see.
What's that?
Yeah, Roy Jones, black, white, it's all good. Yeah. Somebody asked me when's the next update on my house, but see, I may do one today, but my lead man has been sick over there. He hasn't been at work for a couple of days, and they just basically doing, really just running around in circles right now because he's not there. They're doing the skimming work. They're putting up the towels in the bathroom. They're not really doing anything serious because he's not there. Okay, that's Darius. He says, bro, Calvin, when's the next update on your mansion? I'm booked. Today, man, you know, and now, do you own your house, Sess, or y'all rent?
Yeah, rent.
How much is the rent where you live?
We're renting a beach house, 30,000 per month.
Wow.
600 bucks.
But you're by the beach, right?
Yeah, beach house and 2-story, and we have 70-meter wide backyard and front yard.
Wow.
And no neighbor.
Wow. Now, Orville, what's your rent where you live? Orville Hedrick.
What's my what? I'm sorry?
What's your rent, or do you own?
We're renting right now. And she's had this house for about a little over a year and a half. So now's the time, you know, we got the baby coming. I'm starting to look and say, okay, do I move up to like up to Rizal or someplace like that up in the hills, you know, get some elevation, or do I move to the coast? And so those are the questions we're kind of asking right now to figure out where we're going to end up. You know,
how much are you paying?
Oh, I think like 7,000 pesos, 140.
That ain't bad. That's not bad.
That's what, you know, being out in Bulacan's not that area of central Luzon. It's actually a good price. You know,
it is. Now, like I said, I was asking Sess because a lot of guys are interested in moving to Dumaguete, and I told them to look at Darwin, Bacone, Zambonguita. Do you ever go to Zambonguita, Sess?
I prefer Darwin.
Yeah, and because the prices are going up there. Imagine she's paying $30,000 a month. How many bedrooms is that?
2 bedrooms upstairs and kitchen downstairs with what do you call that? Dining area. 2-story house.
Yeah. 30,000, that's a lot.
And this is a new constructed house. We're the first one who live here.
Yeah. How big is your lot? Do you have a lot of room or space as well?
I just know that the size of the lot is 70-meter wide.
But she doesn't have any neighbors. They live on the beach, Orville.
Yeah, no neighbors. Yeah.
That's what we're trying to figure out right now is what kind of compound that we're going to establish, and you know, those are the things I've got to figure out right now. So I've started working with a couple different engineers. I'm just trying to find who am I comfortable with, and also you brought up a good point about the engineer. It's who my wife is comfortable with, and she going to be able to verbalize and you know. Because a lot of times you made a very important point that they'll accept whatever, and it may not go to plan. And I'm like, this wasn't in the plan. I'm talking about my aunt's house. My wife's aunt's. I said, this wasn't the bathroom that was in the plan. What?
It's hard. It's common here in the Philippines. It's hard to interact with the locals who are building your house because you wanted this one and they don't understand that's what you want. So yeah, we are building the dirty kitchen outside. It needs me as a translator because the one who constructed it, he doesn't understand English. So yeah,
my point is this: forget about English. Forget about if it's in the plans. It should translate to what's being built there, and you know, I built part of my real estate experience is building a lot of new homes. And so it's kind of goes back to what's in the plan.
Now, Seth, you've been living with your boyfriend for 4 years. You're not married. So you have answered a question, a popular question that always comes up on my channel. Is it possible to live with a Filipino without getting married? So yeah, evidently y'all been together for 4 years.
Yeah.
And you're not married. And that's kind of, so what is that, if you don't mind me asking? Is he married already?
Because his past marriage is not working. Two marriage. I think a doctor, American doctor, and the other one is Mexican. It doesn't work out. But not that, I think that's not really the reason, because I'm not ready also to get in to commit, or shall I say, and also we don't really believe in paper, or we don't have religion, to be honest. So both of us doesn't believe in those stuff. So we only believe in science. So anyway, as long as we're happy together, that's what our goals. And of course, he said about this that whatever happened to him, so he has the right, the will, or whatever you call it, that everything he has it will goes to me, not to his brother. That sort of stuff. So anyway, yeah. As long as we're happy, for me, I don't care about marriage.
But see, I'm glad you're on here, and I'm glad you're being so honest, because I'm trying to educate guys about the new Filipina. There's a new Filipina that we're dealing with over here. It's not like when I first start coming over here. She's more open-minded. She's more willing to, bend a little bit more. If you don't want to get married, man, you don't got to get married. We come over here, and, man, our wheels are spinning, man. We trying to get married. The minute we get off the damn plane, I'm like, slow down. You don't have to marry these women. They don't even want to get They don't even want to get married.
Me, no, I don't have plan with that, because I'm happy what we are now. I have freedom. He has freedom. So, and our goals is like to travel and hiking every day. And, it's for me, I don't know. It's just a paper. That's what I understand.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have to sign a contract.
What kind of visa does
your husband have?
It's just a visa. He extended 6 months because we came back before the borders closed in the Philippines. We were in Kampot, Cambodia. So that was last March 15 or 14. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that was, he got out and came back in time then.
Yeah, because before the pandemic, we travel everywhere. He stayed like 2 weeks only here, and then we go somewhere, some other country. So this is the first time he stayed in the Philippines more than a year.
So who's asking some questions? Was that you, Buck?
No, I didn't ask any questions.
Was that you, TJ, asking questions for her?
Maybe Red Horse.
Oh, for Seth?
Yeah, for Seth.
Yeah, I was asking. I wanted to ask her.
Go ahead.
Somebody talking.
No, go ahead, Buck.
Oh, well, I wanted to ask her about did she ever plan on getting married? Period, or you just like open relationships? Or you just not into marriage at all, or what?
We're talking about it, but we decided that better not getting married.
Oh, so you don't want? How about children?
I don't have kids, and he has 2 kids, but it's grown up already. It's in US.
But you don't want any children, really?
No, I don't want.
So you're a modern woman, huh, sis?
Well, this is
the same with my elder sister. Me and my elder sister, we doesn't like kids. But my sister younger, she is 31.
31. Is she with a foreigner or Filipino?
She's married to a Filipino engineer from Iloilo City.
But she's older than you.
Yeah, she's older. She doesn't like kids also. So only my younger sister, 2 of them have kids.
Oh, you got 3 sisters?
I have 3 siblings.
Lynn San Diego said you're doing a good job, a great job, Seth.
Oh, thank you.
But if you could translate what you're doing here to your channel, it will be super popular. But I don't understand why, Filipinos, they can come on my channel or somebody else's channel and give the nitty gritty, but they won't do it on their own channel. And I don't understand. Why won't y'all do that? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of Filipinos trolling you, for you to say some of the stuff on your channel that you're saying today?
Yeah, there's lots of trolls, not just Filipino, even foreigners out there, they're gonna troll my channel. That's one of the reason I don't want my boyfriend get involved in my channel, because I don't want my relationship will be ruined, because of their very bad comment there, and I'm hurt, So, but now
Yeah.
I'm ready to face the trolls, because even you're not a YouTuber in life, even in your family, you have trolls. So yeah, wherever you go.
Yeah.
And some
Because-
Filipino or Filipina said that, why you speak English, you're so OA or overacting or whatever they call me. But I just try also to explain to them that mostly my visitors is foreigners. So why I should not speak English?
Yeah, exactly. And that makes a lot of sense. JH said, Calvin, difference in topics and views.
What difference?
What do you mean, JH?
Yeah, because that don't make no sense, JH. What are you talking about? Difference in topics and views. What? Sometimes people come in, I don't understand what they're saying at all.
Me and John, we're supposed to be going to, John's going to Bacallet in the morning. I've got to go to renew my visa. So we'll be going in the morning.
Is it the border is open now?
Well, Bacallet, from San Carlos City to Bacallet, we're in the same Negros Occidental. There's no border.
But from here, I mean Oriental and Occidental, you open the border?
No,
Not yet?
John said it's even stricter now.
Because we
For some
wanted to
reason.
go there.
Yes,
I mean, visit there in San Carlos.
yeah, it's nice here. If you do come, make sure that y'all go to the Ma'awani Hotel to eat. Stay there and eat. It's a nice place.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so does that mean that you're good on the visa now? You ain't gotta get hauled out here in December no more?
What'd you say, TJ?
I said you ain't gotta get hauled out here in December no more?
No, from what I understand, I still have to file a motion for reconsideration. I can't just stay here and, extend. I've got one more extension from October the 5th to December the 5th. If I want to stay after that, I've got to file that motion for reconsideration. And what they'll do is they'll give me enough time to see if I qualify for a different type of visa. It's not just a permanent extension. I spoke to a guy and he was telling me, I spoke to an agency and he said, I qualify for some different visas. Number one, I've got children here that I'm the sole provider for. And see what that'll do, I can apply for a 9A without having to leave the country. You understand? Normally, under normal circumstances, before that advisory, in order for me to file a 9A, I would have to leave and apply at a Filipino consulate in my home country. But now I don't have to.
I know what you mean now, JH. JH cleared this up. He cleared this up, Cal.
Okay, what? Go ahead. What you saying?
He put a comment, the Filipino bloggers don't have the same topics and viewpoints. That's why their content is not as nitty gritty.
Oh, okay. But what I'm saying is I'm talking about people like Sass, who, she's been with an American for 4 years. She hangs around with foreigners, and she a lot of her audience could be foreigners. If she wanted to really monetize her channel and earn a little money, if she changed her topics to and to be good toward foreigners, and if she talks like she's talking now, that would happen for her, because YouTube pays you more for an American viewer, 10 times more than they do a
Correct.
Filipino viewer. See, so
Yeah, country
you
it
need
matters.
10 times the amount of Filipino subscribers as you would American subscribers to earn the same amount of income, which by her, you know, she's giving some nitty gritty today, guys. Y'all got to tip your hat to her. Y'all should go over there and subscribe. I mean, for her to come on here the first time, she's doing a great job. And she's giving some tidbits of what it's really like over here. The type of Filipina that you're dealing with nowadays. It's not the old timey when I start coming over here, guys. These women are more open-minded. They're more, you know, they're not, you don't have to have children with them. You don't have to marry them. See?
Yeah. I don't need kids.
Yeah, but
So-
Calvin, I'm gonna ask you one question. Isn't her blog already tailored toward foreigners? Because her entire blog is in English.
Well, not really. It's just a travel channel.
Oh,
She doesn't
okay.
really talk about relationships or anything.
Oh, she doesn't. You know,
I think recently I saw a few things where you were talking about relationships, right, Seth?
Yeah.
it was some kind of birthday something. Did you have a birthday something lately?
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah,
She had a birthday. Yeah.
It's my birthday.
yeah. Happy birthday.
But see, you could make a video like what Filipinos really want, and you tell foreigners what y'all really want. Don't sugarcoat it though. You know what do we really want, and what do y'all really expect our foreigners when they come over here? See, that's the nitty gritty because I know from my experience of dealing with a Filipino, but I don't know what a Filipino's thinking. I don't even know what a woman's thinking. See, you can give us that information, and men want that type of stuff. What I really have to, am I going to have, when I get over here off the plane, are we going to sleep together the first night? See, I can tell them my experience and say, yeah, I slept with my girlfriend the first night, but you can tell them what's going on in the mind of the Filipino. Like, does the Filipino really want to go to bed with me when I first come over here? Or does she feel pressure? You can tell them stuff like that because you're Filipino. And if you did, your channel would blow up, because no Filipinos doing that. They sugarcoat. But I guess that's your culture though. See, I'm not trying to change you. I'm just trying to help you.
Understand.
Timothy
I
Bright,
don't have a plan to have a channel before.
Yeah.
It's lockdown and I'm kind of bored and I said maybe I'll try to start a channel because I can't do it before. I'm busy. We're going everywhere. We're on the run.
Now I noticed you lost some weight too, Seth. What did you do? What's your
intermittent fasting. Like I ate only one time one day, around between 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. No more.
And that's it.
That's it.
Wow.
No breakfast.
How much did you lose?
Kind of 20 pounds or 18.
Yeah, that's a lot for Filipinos. Thanks, Timothy Bright, for that super chat. He says, if exotic means ugly, then my wingman, James Lyons, is exotic. Wait for it. Here it comes. We're not going to come on, Timothy Bright.
Leave Timmy alone. Timmy need attention. He a little kid. Call him Timmy. He like his nickname Timmy.
Okay, Red Horse Adventures. Do you have your wife with you right now? I forget. He's having internet problems.
Oh.
When do you plan on taking your wife?
No, but
Okay, go ahead, Red Horse.
exists.
Hello? Arva, what's your plans for your wife? Do you plan on bringing her to the United States or y'all gonna live here?
I think for right now we're going to settle here, but eventually we are going to go back to the U.S. I got properties, things like that. There's things I've got to attend to back there. So
Yes.
that'll be the ultimate. I've got to take the baby back to see his brothers, sisters, cousins, and the whole 9 yards. Both sides of the family. I mean, because my wife's got a lot of people in the U.S. as well. Love, Ates and from Vegas all over the U.S. So
how did you get in here? Do you have a 13A?
Because I'm married to a Filipina national. That's how I got in.
Oh, so she didn't have to come with you?
No.
So
there's it's a 13A tourist, but what it is like on my visa, we had to show pictures of us together. I had to send the original marriage license in. There was a lot of steps that were extra in there to get that visa.
Yeah, that's a 13A. That's a permanent resident visa, right?
Yeah, and that's what's on my visa when I look at my passport. So it says 13A.
Yeah, you got a 13A. See, that's why you were able to get in.
Yeah.
Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience, he's got that right now. Uniquely Extra says, I see a lot of people watching. Don't forget the thumbs up for the channel. Thanks, brother. Here's a Woo 2 says, the real reason why the channel has because she has too many heavy-handed moderators. Her moderators block anyone that they don't know. For example, Brett Glasgow. What's all that about? Says,
No, it's not true. It's not true. It's the Google itself. It's deleting or hiding other people. I give only 1 or 2 moderator now.
Yeah, and I was telling people that. I get that same, people like, man, you deleted my content. It was positive. I said, I didn't do that. That happens all the time. I don't do it.
It was Google. Yeah, it was Google moderator.
Frank Tate says he's got that 13A. How much did that cost, Arvo, for the 13A?
This time $30.
Did you get married in the Philippines?
I got married in the Philippines.
Yeah, see,
and
that's
and that's a whole story in itself. And let me ask most of you guys here. We talk about the situation was I definitely was a pursuer with my wife. There was no doubt about that, and I knew what I wanted from the get-go. And the thing was it love? No, it kind of developed. And I knew after that first week of being with her, that was it. I was hooked. I had no doubt. This is the one.
Really?
Yeah. And see, his story's not unique, Buck.
How long?
The man falls in love first.
No, man. No.
You ain't gonna make it over here, Buck.
But listen, it wasn't like we met online and we developed a relationship. I was here physically. We met and working on a project together.
But I'm just saying, you're gonna fall in love with her first because when you look at her and then she looks at you, it's gonna take more than just, when they look at us, it's gonna be more than love at first sight.
How long did it take you? How long?
You gotta see a whole lot of stuff with us. But
it took me. Basically, I fell in love in a week, and then basically she didn't accept me for a year. She was like hard on me, man.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I'm just another foreigner making empty promises, and I'm here and I'm going to be gone.
I love that. I love that about
Filipinos. That's why I'm coming. I'm coming because the Filipinos be working magic. Boy, the Filipinos got something serious on it.
Okay, Eric Cherry's got a question for you, Seth. He got a question for you, Seth. I want you to give your perfect, be as honest as you possibly can in your situation. She said, Calvin, did she answer how Filipino women feel about black men?
They ugly.
No, for me, the way I look at it, it's not ugly. The attitude for me, that's what matters. Because
Yeah.
do you think that all also white American
My
or foreigner is have a good attitude? It's not. Sometimes some of them are asshole, and I hate that. So for me, no, it for me,
Yeah.
I don't define a person by its color.
But how do you feel then? How do
maybe
Filipinos feel? How do they
What
feel
the,
as a whole? All your friends, all your family, all the people, Filipinos, you know, how do they feel about black men as a whole? All the women you think of, all the ones you went to school with, all the ones you work with, how do they feel about black foreigners as a whole? Black foreigners as a whole.
it depends also the black foreigner. If the black foreigner is good, have a good attitude, then we will impress. Like, wow, he's really nice. But if you are having a bad attitude, then even you're white, we'll say you're a bad person.
Yeah, that's been my experience.
yeah.
That's the political answer. She still ain't answering the
No,
question. Come on.
no, it's
sis.
not.
No,
not.
it depends though, because if you're
No,
not
it
in Manila or
depends.
Cebu, you're not
Let me
running
give
into
you my
black people every
experience.
day
Let me
like
give
that.
you my experience. Filipinos have a lot in common with black people. They love our culture, number one. You know, so and a lot of times you don't see as many. If you live in, Tess is different because she lives around Dumaguete. But if you live in places like San Carlos City, if you get outside of Expat Alley, you don't see that many black people. So, like
Yeah.
J.A., thanks for that super chat. He said, remember, we are the exotic ones to the Filipinos. It's almost like they can't believe what they're seeing. They treat me like a celebrity over here, man. They love our music.
Yeah.
They love the basketball. It's their number one thing. I mean, Kobe Bryant is probably one of the most
Yeah.
famous
I'm
people
fun.
that ever stepped foot in the Philippines. I mean,
Correct.
it's just how it is, guys. A
You're
Filipino's gonna
always,
look
you're
at
always, for
you.
us, you're always special if you're a foreigner. Like, wow, because you're not the same with us.
That's right. It's some people in 2021, some Filipinos that have never seen a foreigner in real life, let alone a black foreigner. I went to the bus station here. I was going to college 2 months ago. Man, you'd have thought they saw a ghost. They never seen it before. They're just not used
Yeah.
to.
And I'm really attractive into very 6 footers. Like, wow, he's so tall.
Yeah.
Okay, Cal,
You know.
let me
Yeah.
ask
Go
you a
ahead.
question, Cal, right quick. I want to
Yeah.
address a comment right here. And I really want to address this. Is a great comment. He's saying here, Archie Pelago made this comment. He's saying, but that says didn't say that they think black people ugly. But my question to you, Calvin and Sess, if they think dark-skinned Filipinos are ugly, how could they not think that black people are ugly? You understand what I'm saying?
I
That don't
get
Two
make
you.
sense.
different connotations, bro. You talking about pigmentation versus tanning? Like to them, that like bro said, like in not just here, but in all of East Asia, we can specify Southeast Asia, but really all of East Asia, darker skin implies that you're out in the fields, that you're a farm hand. Inside are the sophisticates, the classy folks, the doctors, the lawyers, etc. For the most part, Filipinos understand that black people aren't just black because we spent lots and lots and lots of time in the sun. Like that's how that shakes out. That's the difference. It's pigmentation versus situation.
Pigmentation versus situation. And you, Cal?
And then you're a foreigner, man. She just said that foreigners, they look at us different.
Oh, okay.
Michael Jackson, nobody loves Michael Jackson more than Filipinos, man. Okay?
I like Michael
Nobody
Jackson.
loves Michael Jackson more than the Filipinos. He's black. I'm talking about before all of that crazy foolishness he might have went through.
Hey, here's the thing about Michael Jackson. Even after the foolishness, I noticed that the love for Michael Jackson, if I went overseas to another country, they loved him. They didn't hear about all that riffraff. It wasn't
Yeah,
exposed to them. They
right.
still saw him, and that guy got a freaking raw deal, man. I don't think. Anyway, that's a whole different subject
See,
that gets me fired up.
I'm
That
gonna
poor
tell
guy.
you something.
crucified.
You're co-signing on something I always say all the time. See, over here, the Philippines doesn't have a council society. Although you know that. You know, if they did, how in the world would the Marcos family be as rich and successful as they are today? The Filipino community has welcomed them back in to the fold. I mean, you know, look at Pac-Man when he was up to his foolishness back in 2009, 2010. They forgave him, man. They didn't cancel Pacquiao out. Now he's a senator getting ready to run for president. They don't have that over here, man. You know, that's one thing I like about it over here. They, you know, they really will forgive you over here. What's going on in America right now is sick, man. They'll get you for something you did 40 years ago, man. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in it. That's just me. That's my opinion. You can't go back 40 years and say, yeah, well, he touched me. Some food. But this is what this Catman said, Americans are too focused on race. This is exactly what the Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, of all people, said the other day. He said, we're obsessed with race over there. We are. That's why I got out of that place, man. I want to live, man. I'm 58. Okay. I might got 10 good years left, man. I don't want to be putting up with that foolishness over there, man.
Right.
Okay, here's Roger SLMI Vlogs. He said, well, for me, it's not about color. It's all about the attitude. And it's usually happening. Okay. Do we got Red Horse Adventures? Are you back? Where is he in the United States that his that your connection is that bad?
McDonald's?
Are you in the mountains or something?
I'm here.
I got you beat. I'm in the Philippines.
He brought his connection with him from the province.
So what's the rest of the day look like for you, Sess? Because we getting ready to get off here. Sess?
What's that?
What's the rest of the day look like for you?
I'm not hiking early, 2 hours. Beautiful day here. So I don't have plans later. Just stay home.
So this is Sess from Sess Travel Vlogs, guys. Go over there, subscribe to her channel, give it a look. You know, how often do you make videos, Sess?
I'll be live tomorrow, 6 in the morning.
6 in the morning, your time?
Because after that, I'll be hiking.
Is that 6 in the morning Filipino time?
Yeah, Philippine time, 6 in the morning. I scheduled it.
Yeah. Because a lot of people are still at work over in America, a lot of them. Especially on the West Coast, that would be like 3 p.m.
Yeah. Only few foreigners I've seen here that are short. Mostly it's tall foreigners.
Hey, Cal, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Red Horse. Answer my question.
Okay, good.
Now.
I had to dump off the Wi-Fi and use.
Okay.
What you got?
Is your wife with you now?
Yeah, I've been the baby.
Come back.
Is your wife with you now?
Yeah, here with me.
Is your wife with you now?
Maybe he's drunk.
You try.
Something ain't
You
right.
drink too much Red Horse.
Says got jokes.
Or the Wi-Fi is drunk.
We'll call him A, we'll call him B.
Yeah.
Says
Wow.
cracking jokes. That's what I'm talking about. I like Sis. She funny. She funny.
Okay, Quiet Storms says, what's the name of her channel? What is it, Seth?
Says travel blogs. I can't post my link, but GH post my link there.
Is that you, Red?
Either that.
We can't hear you, brother. What are you at work, TJ? Look like you at work.
Nah, bro. I'm in my condo. I'm chilling.
Oh, okay.
I just have it folded off because my housekeeper's running around in the background doing shit, and she all shy. She don't like being on camera.
Oh,
Yeah.
whatever. I noticed it.
What floor you live on over there?
I live on 26th here. That's just in Davao. There's like a 30-story cap. In Makati, I lived on 68. I like it high. I prefer to be high up because you can't hear all the damn roosters and car horns and whatnot. But the soundproofing is good here.
What's your rent over there?
Come on, bro. You don't put me. I pay 65, but my building is like
how much?
8 months old.
65
a month. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
live in like the highest end condo in Davao though. Like my building has FiOS backbone. It's got all that earthquake proof stuff you need to live in Mindanao. And I mean, honestly, the company, cashes that check at the end of the day, so it's not really my problem.
Yeah. Man, I didn't even know that they had that type of rent in Davao.
Only 1 or 2 places where they do.
Yeah, so you must got the swimming pool, the gym, and all that, right?
Oh yeah, I got a couple swimming pools. No, we chilling. Trust me. It's like I said, it's the highest end building in Davao. Like, and it's a super new building. Like, I'm the only person on my side of the 26th floor right now, because obviously it's less than a year old. It opened up during the pandemic. Stuff like this usually caters to foreigners and expats and whatnot. Not a lot of expats coming in right now. So I'm cool. You can't see right now because the light will be all messed up. I have a view of the sea and Samal Island. Like, I'm chilling. It's okay. I'll be all right.
Yeah, he said 65,000. He said, good Jesus Christ.
TJ, did you say you was married?
No.
Hey, thanks for the super chat. Hey, Kano, I missed that. Go ahead and retype that. I apologize. This is Travel Mike. He said, Seth, you're a tall Filipino. He said his act was 4'9".
I'm 5 feet tall.
Wow. Yeah, you are tall. How tall is your husband? I mean, your boyfriend?
6'3".
Oh, okay. Uniquely Actress said, Calvin, any thoughts on online marriages? Yeah, that's a scam, man. I wouldn't do it, but they said somebody sent me a link that there's some kind of way that these guys are getting into the Philippines right now using these online marriages. I can see it working because when I came here on a Balikbayan visa, they just looked at the marriage certificate. They didn't run it through no computer or anything to see if it was legit. They just looked at it.
What if it's fake?
That sounds kind of strange to me, considering now that they actually want pictures of the two of you together.
Yeah, I don't understand how they're doing it either, but is it true or is it they just trying to get views or something? I don't know, but they're saying now that you can get married because the marriage certificate says Utah, and they said they got some guy that he's in his quarantine now. Okay, George says this. Online marriage works. Tell us how it works, George. I mean, it might work to get you in the Philippines, guys. That's not what I'm saying. It's not going to work for your lifestyle. That's for damn sure.
Impossible to be married to a person you haven't seen in reality.
Yeah.
I mean, You just met in online.
I mean, how thirsty are you? That's the determiner. How thirsty are you? Because you leave a man in the desert. After a while, he'll take the dirtiest bottle of water you hand to him.
TJ.
Sometimes it is what it is.
Hey, anyone heard the term deployment goggles?
TJ.
Well, anybody ever heard the term mermaid? Where do you think the term mermaids come from?
Where they come from? Where they come from, Calvin?
Like me, it's sailors who've been at the sea for so long, the fish start looking like women.
Damn.
There you go.
Damn.
Yeah. Imagine that. You got a fish that's a 36, 24, 36 fish.
Every girl in the PX looks like a 10 after you've been stuck on base for half a year. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Now,
our head, Mr. Hedrick, Arville Hedrick, that 1 week, I don't, it's a long. It's not long. Quick. I don't know.
Where are you? Where are you again, Buck? Are you in the United States, Buck?
You know I'm in the United States.
No,
that's TJ.
Your frame of man, it's like you in Haiti some damn where. Like, really, dude, where you from?
Yeah, I'm Haitian. No. Why you saying?
No, but really, how big is that trailer you live in? Is that big?
I don't live in a trailer.
Is that a double wide trailer you live in over there?
I don't live in no trailer.
Well, show us your house.
Show you the
what
house.
Are you ashamed of?
Huh?
Are you ashamed to show us around? Show us your house, man.
I can't show it to you because I'm on the computer.
Oh, okay.
I'm not ashamed of nothing. I will show you the house. It's not a trailer. Why you say that?
Okay.
What you think? What you trying to say, Calvin? Why everybody always saying I got a bad attitude? Let me address that. Why everybody saying I got a bad attitude? Because if I question y'all, I got a bad attitude. I'm from Haiti. I'm Haitian.
No, we just messing with you, Buck. Are the roaches still up over there, Buck?
I don't have roaches.
Or did you put them to sleep?
I don't have roaches, man. I don't have no roaches.
Here's a question for you, Seth. Does height matter to the Filipino?
I am attracted to a taller guy, not the shorter than me. It's weird. I prefer taller.
Does Filipinos, do they have a problem if you're short? Like what's the gown?
Maybe,
like the gown 90-day?
maybe for shorter Filipina, it's fine for them. But for me, if you ask me, I prefer tall guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't like guys shorter than me. It's weird. It should be taller than me.
Yeah, well, no wonder then you date foreigners all the time because, Filipinos are the second shortest on the planet. They're like 5'3" or something.
Definitely. My housekeeper's 5'4", and she said her last ex was like short, like 5 foot 5'1". So sometimes you don't get a choice.
My brother is the same height, 6'3".
Oh wow, your brother?
Yeah, my Filipino. Yeah, my brother, 6'3".
So where does they get that from? Your mother, your father?
I think from my father.
Oh, okay.
My mother is short, maybe 5 flat.
How tall are you, TJ?
No Neck Ed is his name.
Hi, Kyle.
I'm 5'10". So I'm right around the average height in the States.
How long you been over there in the Philippines? How long you been there?
On and off for about 6 years. I started coming here for work in 2015.
So you work there?
Yeah. Well, I work for a company in the States, and I've always worked for companies in the States, but my team is usually based here in the Philippines because most call centers are here in India.
That's how you got to live there in the Philippines from the work?
Yeah.
Joe B says, I think Vietnamese are the shortest. No, I believe it's either Argentinians or the other one. Philippines is second.
Oh, Philippines is the second for the shortest people?
Yeah, on the plane.
You would think it'd be Koreans or Japanese people or something.
No, that's smaller. Filipinos are short, man. If you go to, like when I go over here to the market, because you got to realize there's no one Filipino, man. They look different. It's like America. A lot of different Americans. It's a lot of different looking Filipinos. You see some over here, they look like them real little bitty Mexicans. They're short, but they live up in the mountains. Spin it in a minute said in America, several marriages have taken place in American jails and American couples never touch one another. Yeah, but that's different. You're right there with them. But I mean, so what are you saying? You're saying where to go?
Desert, water,
they're happy? Is that what you're saying? They're happy?
That half spinning bottle of Aquafina starts looking real nice after a while. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. This is true, Harry, and I'm glad you posted this. He says online marriage is recognized in both the Philippines and the U.S., but not by U.S. immigration. You must show your passports with the same date stamps, same place with pictures to be accepted by U.S. immigration. But what about Philippine immigration? That's what guys want to know, because that's the truth. But yeah, guys, I want to thank everybody, my panel especially. But I've got to get off of here. I've got to go over here to the house and check on the progress over here to see if my lead team is over here. Thank you, Buck. Buck from Haiti, Seth Travel Vlog from Gallen, TJ from Davao. Arvo, where you in Manila?
Yep. I'm actually in DC, Cabal.
I'm gonna give y'all a chance to give me y'all's last thoughts on whatever you want to say. I'm gonna give you 1 minute. Go ahead.
I can't wait to get over there, Cal. I can't wait to come see you. I can't wait to get up under your tutelage and get to see everybody. And I hope I get to see you too, Seth. But you married. I don't want to. But you know, I want to wait till I see everybody. I know you're not married, but you got a boyfriend, whatever. But can't wait till I come over to see y'all. I can't wait till they lift the border restrictions. And to all the trolls on here talking about me, holla.
Hey, Seth, I want to ask you, do you have any single Filipino friends? Seth?
What's that? Calvin is chopping.
Yeah, that's because somebody's got their computer and their phone on. Okay, there. Do you have any single Filipino friends that may be interested in meeting one of my subscribers?
For now, no. Mostly of them are taken.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you know if there is.
No, okay. You're a real friend right now. Sis.
Why don't you interview one on your channel and then, let me know. I can put it and let the guys know.
I'll try about interviewing, but for now, I'm just kind of scared to hang out with people because of the virus. So that's why I better stay home.
Yeah. Okay. What you got any last thoughts, Seth, before we get off here?
Thank you for having me in your panel, and I hope to see you in person. Maybe you can visit Dumaguete.
Oh, yeah. I love Dumaguete. Me and John, we were going to try to sneak down there, but they got so strict now.
Yeah, let me know if you come, then we'll meet you. Or you can visit here in my house.
Hey, Kano, thanks for the super chat. He said you can go to the Philippines to see your woman if you get married online, but you have to have a pic together to bring her to the U.S. Oh, okay. He cleared that up. What's up, TJ? Give us your last final thoughts.
Don't hold your breath on the Philippines magically reopening because COVID's still out here bracking. COVID doing numbers like MJ numbers. So get yourself a nice subscription, watch some Sunshine Shoulders, watch some Seth's travel vlogs, and just stack your paper up so when you come out here you can act a complete ass. But yeah, that's all I got for you.
Yeah, that's great. That's great advice, man.
TJ, you all right, man? I want to see you when I get out there. Where you at now? Where you live?
Deval, don't come here though. I'm playing.
Yeah. That's
okay, Arvel. What you got, Arvel?
What I got is I want to give a big shout out to the Houston Rotary Club for Houston veterans. I also want to give a big shout out to my Reverent Warriors. We're a big group that's involved with suicide prevention. And then finally, brother, I love what you do. Keep doing it. And I hope we get to meet soon.
Thank you.
And Bob, come on down, brother. Come on down, brother.
Arvel's wife is getting ready to have their baby. This is y'all first baby together, Arvel?
It's our first together, and she's actually got 4 other ones. So we got a big family. Yeah, and I've got 2 and then 3 granddaughters.
Wow.
Where you at, Arvel? Where you at?
We're in central Luzon in a little province called Bulacan.
Oh,
and
I'm
I'm sitting in quarantine.
Well, where you from? That's a lot. That's Typhoon Alley, right?
It sure is. It sure is. And that's why I'm looking at either. I'm not so sure about the coast these days, but might be up in the highlands. So we're trying to figure that out.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your super stickers, your super chats. Do we got 200 thumbs up yet? Let's get 200 before I get off of here. Thank you for all your support of Sunshine Shoulders, man. It's truly amazing. Without y'all, I'm nothing, man. I'm just a regular Joe over here living my best life. I'm going to have an update on the house later on. And then go check out.
How many stories your house?
How
many stories your house?
No, just one story. Mm-hmm. You mean that you ain't seen all those videos I made about my house? I feel my feelings.
I will replay again because sometimes when you post it, I'm busy, but I get a notification.
Seth's got other stuff to do, Calvin. She got other stuff to do. She got time to watch a little house video.
I have 2 puppies.
Oh, we at 2:15, by the way. So.
Oh, okay. But okay, guys, I'm gonna get off here. Take care, y'all. I'll see y'all next time.
With the theme
Thank
song.
you. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah, let me go with the theme song. I forgot.
Yes, stop playing.
I was supposed to have Anthony on here today, but
tell him to come through, do the live version.
Says you're going to have to get you a theme song.
Real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Yeah, one of my
unironically be stuck in my head, bro.
You got to get you a theme song, Seth, for your show.
Thank you.
Have Anthony do your theme song too.
Y'all be careful, man.